Welcome back. We're here to discuss Everton's business in the summer window. Barney, two players that Everton have bought in, both on loan obviously last season, Lukaku and Barry, made them permanent. What do you make of those deals?
I think they're very good. They're very good signings to get them permanent signings. They helped them a lot on loan last season. Barry was linchpin in the middle, in midfield, and Lukaku. We know how much of a handful he is up front. Spent a lot of money on Lukaku. Yeah. You know, if they keep him for 10 years, that will prove to be a good signing. If they keep him for a few years, it is a lot of money. He's got a good future ahead of him, but I think on the whole, yeah, they've done well there.
But even so, I mean, they're not new players. I mean, I've spoken to a few Everton fans, and they're just not happy that they haven't really got any new players that are going to sort of really impact the first 11. I mean, for me, even though, like Barney says, they're both really important to tie them down permanently, it's sort of disappointing they haven't really signed anyone new to play in the first 11.
Well, what about departures? You know, there hasn't been too many. There hasn't been any at all. People like Seamus Coleman, you know, James McCarthy, probably two of the most important players last season. Be able to keep them, you know, how important do you think that is?
Yeah, no, that is important. It's the same as keeping Lukaku and Barry in a way. I don't think they've improved, but they haven't got any worse either. You know, Coleman, he had such a good season last season. Baines on the other side, two very important players for them. Only Duffy's the only one who's gone, and you wouldn't say he would have broken into the first team. You know, they've tied Stones down to a new contract. So in terms of outgoings, they've had a solid one, yeah.
Pascal, I mean, you talk about players that haven't bought in. Players that have bought in, you know, Samuel Eto'o, Besic as well, you know, had a good World Cup. What do you make of their business there?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think either's going to play in the first 11 all the time. I mean, Besic, he got off to an awful start, didn't he? That debut, that back heel, he just gave it to the Chelsea for their 5th goal. I mean, Eto'o, he came on, scored a great goal, didn't he, with that header, fantastic header, and he'd probably be an important player in Europe, I reckon. I mean, Lukaku will be the main player in the Premier League, I think, but in the Europa League, I think Eto'o will be their main striker there.
What would you give him out of 10, you know, overall for their business?
I think maybe a 6. I mean, like I said, there's no new players. I mean, it was really important to get Barry and Lukaku, and then the other players they've signed, I'm not sure how good they'll be, so yeah, 6.
Barney?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when you compare them to last season, they haven't improved really. Yeah. But the Lukaku and Barry, good signings. Eto'o, I think, is a big coup for the club to get him, but I'd say 6 as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go there. I agree with Eto'o. I think that'll be a big one, you know, help the younger players as well. So I'm going to go 6 out of 10. Thanks for joining us.